Get this video started, guys. Today's video is going to be on an amazing deck. Okay, I think I broke it. I think this thing needs a break. List video.
Hello, YouTube! It is Ben 10,000 Watchio, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero, and today I have a very interesting little video for you. This is 10 odd cards to help you link summon in the future. I have a theory about a lot of cards that are coming out, and I feel like link summoning is just the future. That's just a fact. We have already seen newer link monsters that are so integral to modern strategy. So let's go ahead and start this bad boy and get this list going. So, number 1, or I should say number 10 on the list, Plant Orphis Scorpio. Now what you're probably thinking is, okay, duh, you can link summon with that monster. And the reason why you're seeing Brilliant Fusion and Instant Fusion is because these are the two probably main targets you want to search, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not talking about the Predaplant, or the Brilliant Fusion spell card. We're not talking about that. This is where I'm in the future. I wouldn't be shocked if the Brilliant engine is somehow hit or damaged. So we're gonna need to replace that. So my thought process is the Instant Fusion will be if the Predaplant part of the engine remains unharmed, Instant Fusion will be the new target, and then you'll use that. So my theory is to use it and to go to a probably future very powerful link monster. One of the moves that you could easily do is to make a link 3, and then of course you could take this a further step from there using like whatever other combo pieces you have, and you know, who knows, maybe you could end a board with like some powerhouse link monster. We have a few coming out soon, and like 1,000 eyes, and watch your opponent scream because they can't attack. Okay, next one on the list. Here's another odd card to think about. Trident Warrior. You can use this card to get out any random level 3 monster, and that could be something like Sangan. Boom, you link, get a search, you know, and who knows, whatever the other cards you combo with, you could even go to a higher link, or the card you search could be a hand trap with Sangan. So, you know, just saying, you may not be able to use it that turn, but that may not be relevant. And then of course the Lone Fire Blossom, you could go into like the Predaplant thing like I showed you in the last move, and then you're just going up in the world. Next one, number 8. Motivating Captain. This is a really odd one, and this is going to be something you can kind of play around with. So we have Noble Knight is Old, which is a popular link monster for warriors. So Motivating Captain would be a great mid to late game card to use to get to it. So you summon this guy, you get a level 4 or lower monster from the graveyard, you summon it in defense, and if it happens to have an effect, it's negated. Which, not all that important. The point is, you get out another warrior, you can make something like is Old, or if you already have a link monster, you can use the captain, summon something like the Trumpeter here, and go into an app base. We're in a high spell format, and I don't foresee spells becoming bad to play in the future. I just don't foresee that. Alright, number 7. Chronomaly Toula Guardian. Basically, if you have this card and a field spell, you throw it out there, he's a free monster. And I'm throwing you like Dragon Ravine, Jungenhanger as the obvious cards. Because Dragon Ravine, you know, you pitch something like Destrudo, or you pitch that other dragon. Oh, what the hell is his name right off the top of my head? He's the, oh man, I can't even think about it. He's the one that searches the gate cards for the gate pendulum cards. You know what I'm talking about if you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Apparently, you guys play Yu-Gi-Oh! I have no idea what I'm talking about. A Union Hanger, obviously, you know, if you're playing a ABC deck, you'll search your Union monster, you get this thing out, or hell, you might be playing the Photon Thrasher engine in there, and boom, 3 monsters and 2 of your pieces right there in the graveyard for the dragon for coming later, or heck, you might even be able to get them all out in a single turn. And this guy can just be a stepping stone to your Link monster. Alright, number 6. Empowerment. This field spell is a little bit unique. You basically, your idea here is you're going to discard a card, special summon an Empowered Warrior from your deck. So, with this card, its combo ability is going to come from the card you ditched to do it. Hence the Metal Foes Fusion. You have the Metal Foes Fusion here to basically make this card free. You summon Dragadius, put the fusion back in the deck, draw a card, and voila! You just went +1. Congratulations. Or you could do the same thing with a Trick Clown, Fairy Tale Snow, various other, you know, graveyard support cards. A Skarm. I don't know why you would combine Empowered Warrior with, you know, BA, but, you know, or heck, okay, better example, a Phantom Knight of Silent Boots. Boom. Warrior and Warrior. Oh, you're playing Chaos? There you go. Number 5. Marmar. Or Mare. Probably Mare. I really don't have too much to add for this combo, so I just, you know, the idea here is that you could probably end it with a level 5 tuner and a Link monster, as we have newer and more generic Link monsters coming out. Also, everything is a water type. So, for example, if you were to say tribute something like Photon Thrasher, tribute summon this guy, I think we have some brand new water synchro, like the White Whale and all them coming out. And I bet you there's a level 5 or, you know, or 6 or something among that. So basically you tribute that guy, summon Mare, make Starboy, make the new make one of those synchro monsters, water intense ones, and then watch your opponent go, oh, that's a big powerful water monster. And I know all of the white water synchro monsters all have crazy effects, so I bet you even the lower ones would have something crazy. Alright, next one, 4. Inferno Reckless Summon. So what we have here is if you special summon a 1500 or less attack monster, your opponent controls a face-up monster, well, they get to summon 3 of a monster they have, and you get to summon 3 of the monster you special summoned. It just has to have 1500 or less, which I know you're giving your opponent something, but the toss-up, I think, for this card is, depending on what you're going to Link summon, maybe where this power card. So, and plus, like I said, this is 10 cards that might be useful in the future. They may not necessarily be useful now. So, take everything I'm saying with a grain of salt. Next one. The Hippo combo, as I'm calling it. So, basically, if you use Super Hippo Carnival and you summon the tokens, you can't go in the extra deck. But if you don't summon the tokens, there's nothing blocking you from the extra deck. So you basically just use Hippo Carnival to cycle out the same Hippo, which if you play in an Earth deck, boom, free Mrs. Radiant. You could also use the Hippo as tribute fodder if you want to play something like a True Draco or a Monarch variant. It's just, you know, because I know back in the day, Monarchs had a extra deck version of the deck, and who's to say that they won't have one in the future? So, just keep that in mind, and links are a thing now, so there you go. Number 4, number 2, I speak English, I swear. DD Scout Plane. You could thank Mega Capital G for this monster making it on the list, as I saw a loop combo with Fairy Tale Snow, which I imagine there are several with the Scout Plane. I mean, Fairy Tale Snow can't be the only one that could abuse this card. The idea here is you would banish 3 of these, like getting them all milled from your deck. You banish all 3 off of Fairy Tale Snow or D-Fissure, Macrocosmos, Dark Law, whatever. However you would get this thing banished. And then during the end phase, this thing comes out. So, the advantage with Fairy Tale Snow, you do it during your opponent's end phase, because it just says during the end phase. It comes to the board, doesn't say you or your opponents. So, you get this card out, and let's say you got 3 of it. Oh, look, free Deco Talker. Free any rank 4 you could think of. Or not rank 4, link 4. I swear to you guys, I speak English, I promise. It's them alien languages. You know, the Omnitrix has got me speaking in alien tongues. Alright, the final one on the list, and this is the one that I think might be prominent the earliest, and that's going to be Photon Sanctuary. Because with this new Land Phalanx monster here, the Link monster you're seeing on the screen, the rank 2, or Link 2, gosh dang it, I'm gonna learn how to speak English, guys. I swear. Alright, so with Photon Sanctuary, you're barred from summoning anything other than light monsters, but if you play a deck like, say, oh, I don't know, Lightsworn, or Blue Eyes, or the Metaphys, there's a variety of Satellar Knights, for example. I don't know why you would maybe want to play this in Satellars, but it's an idea. So when this generic card comes out, the Land Phalanx card, it's a really odd name. I hope they change that to something a little more palatable for the us in English. Basically, it's if a generic Link monster has no effect. So as soon as we get this card, Photon Sanctuary, I think we'll see more play in light decks, because it's just 2 tokens you can use for anything other than a Synchro Summon. Which, okay, and now we're stuck with light monsters, but if you're playing a light-based deck, you may not necessarily care. As well as we're getting a new Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster. So if you play, and that's another one, you can play this combo in the Photon deck if you want. But with using that combo, you end up with this guy. You end up with 2 zones open. So if you play your cards right, you could really mess up an opponent. They could be staring down a negate. And if they kill the Link monster you summoned, you won't necessarily care, because you're going to have this powerhouse, you know, Xyz monster, and now your zone's back open. So, because the Blue Eyes deck actually doesn't really rely on it all that much. So, there you go. So there you go. There is 10 odd cards you might want to think about picking up for future of the Yu-Gi-Oh game, with Link summoning coming to its rise of power. Most of these cards are just like, you know, easy Link 2s, mostly. Some of them, like Inferno Reckless Summon, could potentially give you a Link 3 or more. Before I let you guys get out of here, I want to give out a shout out to a Yu-Gi tuber of the week, and that is Shrit. That's another small Yu-Gi tuber. I'm gonna flash a screenshot on the screen, and I'll give a link in the comments. So, and I'm gonna pin that comment so you guys will see it. So go check that guy out. Subscribe to my channel, and I'm Ben 10,000 of YGO. I'm signing off. I'll see you Thursday. Peace, guys.